right, so after months of absolutely no new fish content here on the channel, we are back. Throughout this entire week, we're going to basically be doing a little bit of catching up here. I have sort of been doing that kind of behind the scenes, but as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be pretty much going over what was just introduced on Saturday and to sort of hold your hand through this entire process in case maybe, I don't know, you haven't been able to do it, or if you've just been playing other games like, you know, Grow a Garden and Steal a Brain Rot and all that stuff, and you just maybe aren't aware about this update. Now, as you guys can probably see, I am inside of Crystal Cove right now because we're sort of going to get this out of the way, mainly because it is sort of like the hot topic and what I've been working on as of right now. For the last couple of weeks, you guys have pretty much been jumping into my streams, talking to me about these dev rods. Now, obviously, at the time, I didn't really have an answer for you guys because I was sort of, you know, doing my own thing, also taking a break from pretty much YouTube. But now that I'm somewhat caught up, I can go ahead and confirm to you guys that with this most recent update on Saturday, timers have been added to every single one of the NPCs inside of here. So here's basically the unfortunate reality for everything going on in the underground music venue. Basically, NPCs like Build a Roof, Yelly, Hex, and I believe Rick as well, which let me just pretty much confirm that. Yeah, so Rick as well. As of the time that I'm recording this, they basically only have 5 days left until you can get these rods. After that point, they are going to be completely gone forever. So basically, you have until Saturday. On the flip side, Nick, Goth back here, as well as Holiday, all still basically have 2 weeks. So I believe that is until the next major content update. So if you haven't been able to get the Polaris, don't worry. It is still going to be here until September 20th, which means that your boy has quite a bit of grinding to go because we've been able so far to get only 2 of them. I literally only have Polaris as well as Duskwire. I'm missing every single other one. But it's okay because I'm playing catch up right now. Continuing on here with the new things that were added, we've now made our way over to Roslet Bay. As many of you know, for months now, even prior to me not making any fish videos, literally going back as far as like 6 months ago, the tryhard rod was in the game. And for the most part, we used to give away a lot of them during the stream. But besides that, I also believe they hosted a couple of giveaways giving people the tryhard rod. And as a matter of fact, I actually made a little bit of an oopsie last week when they did the Continental Drift, where basically they went ahead and deleted the entire second sea. During that live stream, I actually went ahead and opened up the mastery for the tryhard rod, and I sort of leaked a lot of this. Thankfully, nobody was paying attention to me. It was kind of just like brushed off, and I never made that stream public. So we got pretty safe there. But the tryhard rod is now officially available for every single one of you to get your hands on this. To do this, it's actually pretty simple. You basically want to go ahead and make your way over to Roslet Bay and travel all the way up the Roslet volcano. This isn't really something difficult. If you're a new player, it's actually fairly simple. And if you're an OG player, then, well, you should really know how to do this by now. Either way, once you've passed the meteor totem, just go ahead and make a right-hand turn right over here, and you're going to find our good buddy, Rowred. In case you weren't aware of the lore, Rowred is the creator of the tryhard rod, even though, if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe he's actually with the team anymore, unfortunately. But basically, here's the rundown. You're going to have 2 options to be able to get your hands on this tryhard rod. The first one is to complete an extremely difficult quest, depending on how you look at it, and the second option is to buy it outright with cash. It is very important that I go ahead and tell you guys that once you make this decision, to my knowledge, at least when I'm recording this video, there's no way of backing out of it. So if you choose to do the quest, then you cannot cancel out that quest and go back to buy it for the 1 billion cash. So you need to make the decision whether you want to chase after buying it outright or if you would rather save yourself the 1 billion and do the quest. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, thanks to the Discord server, a couple of you went ahead and sent me this, but this is basically the steps that you're going to have to go through in order to complete this. So go ahead and talk to Rowred, start the quest, and at the very start, you're going to have to do 10 perfect catches with the flimsy rod. So good luck with that. As a reward, you're going to get 50,000 XP. Honestly, as we progress through this list, it's actually not even that bad to get the 10 perfect catches with the flimsy rod, because after that, you need to get 20 perfect cast plus catches in a row with a flimsy rod. As a reward for that, you will get 100 tryhard worm bait. Following up with that one, you need to catch a megalodon with these two enchants on your flimsy rod: invisible as well as tryhard. Then and only then will you be rewarded with the tryhard rod. As an added bonus, if you are not able to do it with a megalodon, then you can go ahead and opt to catching a kraken instead with the same exact enchants. So yes, it isn't easy at all, and if anything, I would probably say to just buy it outright cash, unless obviously you want to give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Either way, once you've done that, you've now gotten your hands on the tryhard rod, and I would suggest that you go ahead and complete some of these masteries, which I will go ahead and attempt to do. We all know that I really am not that great at catching stuff. I sort of have a track record, but I'm going to definitely try my best to go ahead and complete all of this. Moving on to the next thing that was added for this update, it is the snow burrow. For this, we're coming over to good old snow cap, and honestly, if I was to go ahead and make any recommendation to make this a little bit easier for you, I do recommend that you guys go ahead and get your hands on some of the glimmer boots. Trust me, the glimmer fin boots are going to be a literal life changer to get this done, because if not, you're probably going to run into a little bit of issues. Maybe you could try and use the glider if you're going in the opposite direction, which is how we're going to do it. But let's give you guys the breakdown. So right over here, this is a door that needs to open in order to get into the snow barrel. To do this, you need to rapidly click on all of these cracks that are on the wall. If you notice, as we get closer to it, it sort of lets you interact with this. So here's one of them. We go ahead and climb up this ladder right over here. Keep going through here. Jump up here. Jump over here. Jump here. This is where another one of the cracks are, which again, you need to be very close in order to actually interact with it. From this one right here, we're actually going to go ahead and turn around and go backwards, and you're going to see the last one right up here in the roof. So in total, there is 3 of these cracks that you need to click on. Honestly, man, the easiest way to probably do this is going to be starting off with this crack over here, going to the top one, and then just dropping down and clicking on this one. I'm going to try and do this first try here. Not really sure how this is going to go, but let's see. So we come up here, click this one, and then drop and click this one. There we go. We got it first try. So rather easy as long as you do it in that order. I wouldn't recommend that you start down here just because it does get a little bit tedious having to run all the way back to climb up on the ladder. But hey, man, whatever works for you, go for it. Either way, once this opens, you are now officially inside of the snow burrow. If we go ahead and check out the bestiary inside of here, there is only a total of 4 things that you can fish in here. The white sturgeon being the exotic one, and then a glacial fragment piece. We'll talk a little bit more about this because it's kind of interesting. To my knowledge, I don't think anyone really knows what to do with this as of right now. But what I will say additionally is if you are trying to catch a penguin, make sure that you do use some of the cages. But I'm pretty sure I don't really need to explain that to you guys. I'm sure that you understand. Right now, I really just want to go over something that's a little bit more interesting and kind of intriguing. This is really what we've been leading up this entire video to. So if you've made it this far, first off, thank you guys. I'm really excited to be making fish videos again, especially when we start getting things like this. So if you guys notice right here, this little section seems very, very familiar. If we come over here to the Fish Discord, specifically the Leaks channel, on August 28th, a picture of this guitar right here was posted. Now, obviously, from this moment moving forward, we really didn't get any more information about this, but as we scroll down here in the Leaks channel, you'll eventually come across this image that was posted by Nick. If we sort of go ahead and zoom in here, you'll notice that there is an NPC sitting right next to the fire here. The problem with this is that that is this exact location, and there is no NPC sitting here. What makes this all even more interesting is the fact that the lead QA that goes by the name of Rick posted yesterday when the update dropped saying, fun fact, this is obtainable, you just have to figure out how. When you click on that, it leads us back to this guitar right here. Now, currently, to my knowledge, there isn't really much information that has been found towards this new guitar. The only thing that I'm currently hearing the most about is hidden levers around the entire world. So right now, we're actually here at Moosewood, right next to sort of the lighthouse here. If we take a look behind this tree off to the edge, there's actually one lever right over here. What this does right now is quite literally beyond all of us, but I do know that there is a total of 6 of them. Honestly, we could go on forever, and I'd honestly rather have a video where I just sort of compile everything so we can sort of work on this a little bit more organized. So if you guys end up finding anything that's weird, let me know in the comment section. If you have any leads, I'm also down to hear them. This is quite literally going to be my focus for the next week here. So let's go ahead and lock in, man. I'm excited to read the comment section. This is giving me flashbacks of the Mila quest, except that this is actually obtainable, which makes it 100 times better. Either way, man, this was again just sort of a catch-up video, sort of like one of my full guide videos, but obviously it's already kind of been like a day or two since the update came out, so I'm a little bit late to the party. Either way, go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications so that way you do not miss any information that I put out regarding this brand new dev rod once we get it. That's gonna do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.